Hi everyone, going to do a thing, how to test your hi-fi, how to make progress, how to make sure you're making progress basically. I'll tell you the way I do it. I'm sure other people do it differently, but I do a lot of testing and analytical, A-B comparisons. I mean, I've done that all my life actually, even since a child. I was quite obsessive with figuring out what did what made what sound better, So this is what I would say. Pick 3 songs. It is almost impossible, for me at least, to get everything I need out of one song. Plus, I think it's difficult, or it's easier to pick one song, let's have a minute of that, and really just go, okay, this song here is good for bass and I'm going to listen for the bass on this. And this song here is good for the mid-range, and this song here is good for the treble, and I'm going to just examine those things in isolation. I mean, I would also say use a single song as well. Maybe have 4, but also have a busy song. The Spartan song, which, a lot of hi-fi people, including myself, are drawn to things that just sound incredible, are very spaced out. That is, I would say, not the ultimate test of whether your hi-fi is good. And also, say I'm trying to do bass, right? I'm saying, okay, let's change the speaker cables, and I'm going to listen to a bunch of songs, and I'm going to figure out if this speaker cable sounds better. So I'm going to listen to one song for the bass. Now, I would not pick a song that has a huge bass sound on it, even though it might seem obvious, and actually I would have done that for years. I would have done that. What I do now is I pick a fairly ordinary song where I can clearly hear the bass that isn't cluttered by other instruments on purpose, so I can just hear that bass. My pick at the moment is a song called Clever Trevor by Ian Dury and the Blockheads. I think people in America probably don't know that group. The first album is fantastic. New Boots and Panties is full of rude words. Don't listen to that with your children. It's probably got a sticker on it or something, adult content. But I listen to that Clever Trevor because the bass is kind of normal, and I find that that's the way that I've discovered is to test things, not the sound with some massive reggae song, because the bass is everywhere and it's huge, and it's I don't know, it is not, I don't figure that is the best way to do it. So I listen to, say, that thing, normal song, maybe only 1 minute of it. When I'm doing that, I'm not going to change, say I'm changing cables to see what they sound like. I'm going to make sure I don't change the volume. So easy just to go up to change the beat and just wazz that volume down. I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world, but you can turn the speakers off if you've got a button that will do speakers on and off, or even just turn the amp off. But see if you can stop yourself just moving that volume, because you're introducing a variable. It's never going to be exactly the same, and you kind of want to be as scientific as you can for this purpose. And then I would do a song for the treble. Again, not maybe a song that is packed full of treble, but just a song that's nicely recorded. I mean, I don't know, I might play some Phil Collins, this nicely recorded and kind of bright but kind of solid, or whatever, whatever is your pick. But do your scientific experiment, sit in the same place, 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever you want. I'd probably go 1 minute of 3 songs and maybe 1 minute of a busy song. That would probably be what I'd do. My favourite busy song is called the E Street Shuffle. It's a really old Bruce Springsteen song. It's got a lot of bass, it's got a lot of treble, it's got a lot of middle. It's very busy, very busy, a lot of activity, a lot of instruments. I mean, you know, hi-fi people, including me, right? You know, you're drawn to like the sound of a man hitting the string of a piano in a cave, which sounds unbelievably clear and realistic and amazing. But really, I don't think it plays out as a musical test, or it's not going to help you for what other music would sound like, you know. So I mean, there's a temptation to listen to these extraordinary things, but that's what the point I'm trying to make here, that I don't think they serve a great purpose for helping you, you know, to make that progress. And of course, I said this before, Steely Dan, you can put a sourdough pizza on there and it will sound good. Watch out for Steely Dan. Everything sounds good on with Steely Dan records. My favourite, or you know, if I had one big pick to make for a single song, it would be the song Too High by Stevie Wonder. Now, what does that song has a bit of everything, and like those instruments are nicely spaced out. It's not, you know, it's sort of jazzy, it's spaced out, it's instrumental. You have, and let me just say this, 50 seconds into that record, you hear a ride cymbal on the right. Now, I was talking to some people the other day and we were talking about left and right channels, you know, and does it matter if you get those the wrong way round? And I'm changing things all the time, and sometimes I do get them the wrong way round. And I think that it's really not right. And then I'm thinking, well, why is that not right? It's the same music, but you've just reversed it. You're not, you know, I don't think you're meddling with anything technically wrong there. But it does, I think it does seem wrong. And when I correct it, I always get this feeling of, oh, that seems more solid and correct. But I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if I'm imagining that, honestly. I'm wondering what's going on there. The other thing I'm curious about, and give me feedback on this, my understanding is that it's normal, more normal, let's say, or pleasing, to have your drums, say it's going diddly 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 boom, going from left to right, which would be the opposite way as you're looking at it, from left to right, which is the way the human being reads words. And if you go from right to left, I feel that sounds a bit more odd, sticks out. It's a tiny bit less comfortable. And I'm thinking that is based on the way we read, which is also like those ideas of the left and the right transfer to photography and cinema, for sure. Cinema people know what happens if you place a person on the right hand side or the left hand side of the screen. And if you place a person on the far right of a screen, they look lonely. And if you place them on the far left, they won't look so lonely. So this is a mad one, and I'm not really sure what the answer is. And that's why please give me your technical thoughts, or your just your understanding of that subject, because it's a weird one that I really can't get to the bottom of. But that was a big digression, wasn't it? I'm still talking about Stevie Wonder's Too High. That's my go-to song for all around sounds. Nice, everything's in it. There's a battling harmonicas in it, about 2 minutes. Just a real good test and really easy to access and hear. So, you know, that's, if I was to say there's one good song that you could use all the time, if I had to pick just one, I would pick that one. And yeah, well, I would, check that song if you can. And, if that ride symbol doesn't start on the right, it starts from the left, swap them over and tell me what you think. Tell me, did that make a big improvement? If you've got it wrong, which some people have got it wrong for years. It does happen. I've done it for many, for long periods of time. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Thanks. Bye for now.